I've never seen a light-skinned colorist woman that was a 10 out of 10 in looks. I've never seen a light-skinned colorist woman that could eat Lupita Nyong'o up. Like, they're always mid or ugly, and I feel like they know that deep down, and that's why they attach themselves so much to their skin color to make themselves feel special. Like, if you think about a pretty light-skinned woman, for example, Beyonce, she never disrespected dark-skinned women from what I know, and she made a song uplifting brown-skinned women. But yeah, you being light-skinned does not mean that you all that.
I think what this woman is saying is so true. A lot of times you will see people cling to some attribute that is praised by others, like whiteness or weight, the fact that they're skinny, or, they may be big, but their face is attractive. So even though they have this negative trait that makes them feel badly about themselves and they feel society can use that against them, well, they also have a positive trait as well that they can hold over others. So they will cling to that one or two, positive traits while using those that don't have the same traits or privileges, right? And they will focus in on that to make others feel badly about themselves just as much as they feel badly about themselves because they're really lacking within. So I might be ugly, but at least I'm light-skinned. I might be fat, but at least I'm white. I might be ugly, but at least I'm not fat, right? And that can go on and on and on.
I'm proud of it, at least I'm not black!
Anyway.
So as you can see online, you will notice a trend. Many people talking about, how they're better than one group because of this or that. At least I'm not fat is a big one lately. And you might also even see, because I'm a dark-skinned woman, and this is something that I see more prevalent amongst my demographic, is more of I'm dark-skinned, but I'm pretty because of my features, or I'm dark-skinned, but I have good hair, or I have long hair, right? So you see this in really every group. It's really interesting. It's just one of the things that make us human. Humans are consistently wanting to show ways that they are better than others. This is showing that we're all competitive in nature. Now, for those that are grounded in themselves, they don't feel the need to one-up someone else for this reason or that reason. But a lot of us do, and I will include myself in this because I'm sure I'm human. I'm sure at some point I was like, well, I'm better than that person because of this, that, and whatever, right? I don't think I do, but I do realize that unconsciously, a lot of the times, people will do this. You may not even realize you're doing it or you're saying something that kind of puts you above someone else due to your features.
We have really got to be honest with ourselves, okay? You are not thick. You are fat. Some people are thick. But when you are excessively overweight, you are fat.
Now, this does bring me to something I've been wanting to talk about a bit more, because when it comes to weight, I really don't feel like we should shame people for their weight, whether they are thin, somewhere in between, fat, obese. I don't think you should shame people. However, I do think people need to be very realistic about weight, because you can really push people to not even realize that their weight may be harming them. A lot of people think about weight only for aesthetics, but there are real issues that people will have from being overweight, especially for long periods of time. And I saw recently the best example is Lizzo, having lost a good number of weight. She's still very plump and she still has a figure. However, she looks a lot better in her clothing. We have to admit that. And she seems to feel better about herself too. And I think that's a big thing. I've told y'all, I've been, at different weight. Now, I haven't been obese necessarily, but I have been overweight, and I feel better when I'm at my right weight versus when I am overweight, even if it's just 10 pounds, 20 pounds, right? Which is still a good number. And it's the way you fit your clothing. It's the way you're able to move. If you're into fitness, and y'all know I've been into acrobatics and things over the years, you feel the difference, right? And so it's just something to talk about. I don't like that people shame folks because of weight, but I also don't like the idea that people will push people to be obese. People like that I don't think really care. And I did notice that there was some backlash that Lizzo was getting for her weight loss. Now, there are other things that people may be able to talk about with Lizzo, right? But not because she's making decisions that are better for her health. And the last point I do want to make is that there are a lot of privileges from just being skinny, not being beautiful, not being, extremely tall, not being extremely wealthy. No, just from you losing weight and being quote unquote skinny or fit, people will give you advantages. I want y'all to listen to this next clip.
Most men like skinny women. They'll take a skinny woman. It don't even matter. They'll take any type of woman, but they'll take a skinny woman with no problems. All right, sprinkle. Unless you look sick, and we got to eat some more. Okay, if you look sick, like something wrong with you, they might not want you if you're that skinny. So if you like healthy skinny, you're good. Okay, if you're healthy skinny, you're good. So if you're healthy skinny, you're fine. I don't even know why people ask this dumb question anymore. Okay, go where men like your body type. Period. I have never heard someone say that was a millionaire or a billionaire say they want somebody that got giant cheeks clapping and twerking with those ugly gym pants with the scrunch down the crack. I've never heard of it. All right, get money. You're 5'6" and skinny slim. Yes, all men like skinny women. Most of them. Sprinkle.
Y'all want to know the dark side of skinny privilege? When you're fat, no one wants to help you. Today, I was picking up some stuff from the dry cleaners, and it was a lot of stuff. It was like 21 shirts. I was picking up for my dad, I didn't expect any sort of help or anything, but I was like, oof, like this is going to be a lot of work. I'm going to have to pick up all these shirts and bring them to my car. But tell me why the guy who was, putting the shirts on the rack, whatever, when it was time for me to pick them up, he was like, no, I got it. He was like, show me where your car is. So I show him where my car is, and he's like, of course I would help you. Why wouldn't I help you? These are heavy. And I was like, oh, thank you. I feel like this really just sparked a memory of back when I was 25, 30 pounds heavier. And, when you're fat, people don't really help you in that way. They're not going to help you carry groceries to your car. When you're fat, a lot of people assume that you have the strength to just carry anything. You don't look as dainty, and people will assume that, like, you got it. Like, oh yeah, she got it. She can carry that. She's a big girl. People will assume that because you're skinny, you're not as strong, you're dainty, you're cute, and so they will try to help you at any chance they get, especially men. I'm not gonna lie, after the interaction, I did catch some butterflies, I did feel a little cute, whatever, until I thought about, like, the real raw truth of it and the way that people perceive you, and then I was just like, oh.